Archer. School band conducted by Gratis Rahul of Standard 12. I think you can give them another round of applause. And now we have Isaiah Berlin Lionel and Calvin Samjay to enlighten us more about the life of Don Bosco. So please pay attention and learn more about Don Bosco.
Hello, Isaiah. What a pleasant surprise you're here now.
Hey, Calvin. The hand that blessed many people and performed so many miracles is going to be with us this day. And I hope you're here for the same.
You mean the right hand of Don Bosco? The father and friend of the youth?
Yes, the name Don Bosco itself enkindles the hearts of the young around the world, especially the poor and the abandoned. Millions of people are born every day, while millions pass away. But very few people leave their marks and footprints on the sands of time. Don Bosco is the person whose impressions are laid in our hearts.
That's true, Isaiah. Why don't we share some of the information that we know of Don Bosco?
Well, of course, that is our pleasure and privilege. John Bosco was born on 16th August 1815 at Bede in Castelnuovo, Italy, as the youngest son of the family.
His parents were Francis Bosco and Margaret Oceana. Don Bosco lost his father at the age of 2 and was brought up by his mother, Mama Margaret, isn't it?
Yes, Mama Margaret fed Don Bosco not only food, but also love and the virtues that Jesus Christ taught us. Bosco imbibed them all in his life, even at a tender age. When John Bosco was 9 years old, he had a dream.
A dream in which two majestic persons appeared. The dream that changed Don Bosco's life and that which inspired him for a saintly life.
John Bosco dreamt of a group of boys who were fighting among themselves and using foul language. Bosco struck them hard to prevent them from doing so. Just then appeared Jesus radiantly and said, "Not with blows, but with gentleness and charity. You must take care of them and win their hearts. Teach them the beauty of virtue and the ugliness of sin."
Mother Mary also appeared in Don Bosco's dream and became his guide and light. It was with her name that he started his work. Tell us, how did he captivate the hearts of the young?
That would sound interesting. Even as a young boy, John Bosco used to perform magical tricks and walked on tight ropes just to bring the young closer to God. This made Don Bosco a saint par excellence. Do you know what sort of place an oratory is?
Yes, it is the house of prayer. It was the refuge of the poor and the abandoned. The Salesian congregation had its roots in the oratory.
Bartholomew Garelli was the first boy whom Don Bosco met. Don Bosco's apostolic ministry began henceforth. Don Bosco's love had turned the hearts of some of the trying boys of the oratory into hearts of love and righteousness.
Don Bosco is a saint of miracles. It was the faith which he had in God that helped him to do miracles. Why don't you tell us about a miracle of Don Bosco?
With pleasure, Calvin. On the following day of the consecration of the great church of Our Lady, Help of Christians in Turin, Italy, a poor paralyzed woman insisted on being taken there in a cart. But the crowd outside was so dense that the driver tried to get in vain. At that moment, the sick woman caught sight of Don Bosco and walked towards him and said, "I am cured." She went into the church to make a fervent thanksgiving.
Don Bosco's life was that of values of God's kingdom.
Don Bosco never played the blame game. He was aware of himself and his neighbors. He blamed none throughout his life. And this is evident from the words that he says to his young cleric. Put aside your fear. If your mistakes are small, Don Bosco ignores them. If they are big, he forgives them.
Don Bosco dreamt of establishing the kingdom of God among the youth who had never known Jesus. He did realize this dream.
Dreams without hard work prove nothing, but only for a man like Don Bosco, who works more than 16 hours a day, dreams come true.
St. John Bosco was always cheerful, and he carried this wherever he went. His optimism was remarkable, and maybe this quality made him a winner beyond excellence.
Don Bosco was on cloud 9 when others benefited from him. He lived his life for others rather than himself. He was the summation of all these virtues and ultimately a saint.
And how happy we are to have Don Bosco here now. We are going to meet our founder, our father, our priest, our friend here this day.
Don Bosco said, "Dear boys, for you I study, for you I work, for you I live, and for you I am ready even to give my life. And now, we are waiting for you, Don Bosco. Fill our hearts with your love and compassion." Respected ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, let's prepare ourselves worthily to receive Father Bosco amidst us. This is Isaiah Berlin Lionel
And Calvin Samjay signing off from you all. Have a great day. Long live Don Bosco.
Much. And now we have a dance performance by St. Anthony's Girls Higher Secondary School girls. It's titled Valam Varihirar Dan Bosco.
Valam varar Don Bosco valam varar வாலிபரே ஒன்னு கூடுங்க உங்க வருத்தத்தை போக்க வராரு பாருங்க உங்க வாழ்க்கையத்தான் மாத்த வராரு பாருங்க valam varar Don Bosco valam varar வாலிபரே ஒன்னு கூடுங்க உங்க வருத்தத்தை போக்க வராரு பாருங்க உங்க வாழ்க்கையத்தான் மாத்த வராரு பாருங்க நன்னே தானே Bosco வரார் தானே தந்தா நன்னே தானே கொண்டாடுவோம் நாமே தந்தா நன்னே தானே Bosco வரார் தானே அவருக்கு போதுங்க. தந்தானே தானே போஸ்கோ வரார் தானே, தந்தானே தானே கொண்டாடுவோம் நாமே. தந்தானே தானே போஸ்கோ வரார் தானே, தந்தானே தானே கொண்டாடுவோம் நாமே. இத்தாலி தேசத்துல பிறந்தவர், அவர் இளையோரை நம்பி என்றும் வாழ்ந்தவர். இறைவனையே இளையோரில் கண்டவர், இறைவனையே இளையோரில் கண்டவர். அந்த இளையோரை இறைவனிலே இணைத்தவர், அந்த இளையோரை இறைவனிலே இணைத்தவர். வலம் வரா தொன் போஸ்கோ வலம் வரா, வாலிபரே ஒண்ணு கூடுங்க, வருத்தத்தை போக்க வராரு பாருங்க, உங்க வாழ்க்கையத்தான் மாத்த வராரு பாருங்க. உலகின் 131 நாட்டுல உள்ள பல கோடி இளைஞரோட வாழ்வுல, உலகின் 131 நாட்டுல உள்ள பல கோடி இளைஞரோட வாழ்வுல, தொன் போஸ்கோ இன்றும் வாழ்ந்து வருகிறார், தொன் போஸ்கோ இன்றும் வாழ்ந்து வருகிறார். அவர் பணி தொடர எல்லோரும் வாருங்களே, அவர் பணி தொடர ஒன்றாக கூடுங்களே. தந்தானே தானே